and welcome. We are going to be seeing ball 1 of day 2. Obviously it's going to be the continuation of Pierce's over. He only got 2 balls in before the rain came. Here we go, ball 1 of day 2. Pierce into bowl. And it's a big wild full toss and the batsman misses it. So as the humidity is still high, the cloud cover is still quite dark and threatening. There's only small bits of blue on the horizon. It's a very unpleasant day. And leaves alone. No, I wouldn't say unpleasant, but like everyone knows that rain is coming. You can feel it in the humidity, you can see it in the clouds, you can feel it in that sort of gentle breeze that is currently blowing across the ground. Everyone knows that a huge amount of rain is coming, and so it's a limited amount of play that we're ever going to see today. Pierce into bowl, and it's a full toss and it's driven, and the field at cover runs around and stops it, so it's a dot ball. So 5 dot balls now from this Pierce over. Pierce into bowl, and it's short and wide, and it's attempted to play the cut shot and missed. So that is the end of the over. It should be the end of the over, and they're continuing to play. Another 7 ball over do we have. So Pierce into bowl. And it's short and it's cut, and it goes through the backward point region, and the fielder at point has to run around, and he picks it up. So 2 runs there. 2 runs off the over. It's 153 for 3. Hello and welcome. It's going to be Petrosino to bowl the first over from the childcare centre end. Right arm medium fast. And hit on the pads, and the keeper runs around, collects it, no run. So Petrosino, one of the best bowlers from last week, given the ball straight away at the start of this new day. Petrosino into bowl, and it's a big aggressive drive, and it's an inside edge, and the fielder at mid-wicket has to run around, and they get 1 run there. The ball will have suffered some damage from the rain. They tried to continue play for a few balls, but it became clear that there was just too much rain. So that's why they had to go off. So the ball will have been water damaged. Petrosino into bowl, and it's down the leg side for a dot ball. So the ball will not be capable of swinging or seaming or moving or anything like that. It will be a dead straight. It won't be a soap or anything like that, but definitely it won't provide any assistance to the bowlers. Petrosino into bowl, and it's short and it's cut, and the fielder at point comes in and collects it straight away for a dot ball. So the field, slip, point, cover, mid off, mid on, a short cover, mid wicket, short fine leg. So 2 attacking fielders, the slip and the short cover. Petrosino into bowl, and it's defended, and it's just pushed away, fielded there by mid wicket for a dot ball. Petrosino into ball. And it's short of a length and it's defended. Good over to start for Petrosino. It is 154 for 3. So it looks like Pierce is going to continue. He had to bowl the previous over to complete it, but now they've made a decision and he will be continuing to bowl from the river end. Right arm, a medium fast. And it's an aggressively driven through the gap in extra cover, and the fielder at mid-off will run around and collect it, and so they get 2 runs. They're very well hit. Very aggressively hit. It was a half volley. He stepped into it very strongly and drove it quite wonderfully. Pierce into bowl. And it's late cut. And oh, it's caught. Oh, a very well-deserved wicket there. So it was short. He went for the cut shot, and it was a top edge, and it went straight to the point fielder. The point fielder juggled it and went to ground, but was able to keep hold of it in the end. So there you have it. One of the batsmen who stayed overnight has not been able to maintain his stay for long, and so he walks off. He definitely scored some good runs last week, but unable to spend a lot of time in the crease today. So that's a very good wicket for Diamond Creek, because as I said during the morning show, the game did not end after the 3 wickets were taken when the score was 3 for 119. The play continued and Riverside seemed to get back into form. Has Pierce into bowl, and it's hit on the pads, but it stepped too much forward, so it's a dot ball. So although Diamond Creek 2 were able to get Riverside down to 3 for 119, then play continued, and it seemed like Riverside were bouncing back, scoring some very good boundaries, and it seemed like they got up to 150. So it seemed like they were back in control of this game. Pierce into bowl, and it's an inside edge, and it goes down to fine leg, but there is no fine leg, so square leg has to chase it down. But the keeper then has a bit of a go at it, and in the end they get 1. Not good communication between the keeper and the square-legged fielder. Pierce into bowl, and it's cut, and this time it beats the gap at cover point, and the 2 fielders at point and cover run around to the point boundary to chase it, and there's some good teamwork this time, and they get 2 there. Now the catch was a very good catch, because we saw this over because he was able to maintain control of it and go to ground, which meant he was able to keep his body weight from actually losing control of the ball as Pierce comes into bowl. And it's an outside edge, goes down to 3rd man, and the fielder at point runs around and collects it for 1 run. So that is the end of the over. It's 160 for 4. Okay, so we're coming into the 53rd over now. So let's give you a sense of this. So the score was 124 after 43 overs. Petrosino into bowl, and it's short, and it's kip glanced for 1. Then there was 4 runs scored in the 44th over. There was 1 boundary. Then in the 46th over there was 4. And then in the 48th over there was 3 fours. So 5 fours in about 6 overs. So the score went from 124 to 149. in the space of about 6 overs. Petrosino into bowl, and it's short and it's cut, but missed it, dot ball. And so that's what I was talking about, the fact that Riverside seemed like they were getting back in control of this game, hitting those boundaries just before the rain came. And so it looked like that whatever advantage Diamond Creek had from taking those 3 wickets was lost because of those runs they were conceding towards the end of the play. Petrosino into bowl, and it's a wild hush, and it's going up in the air, and it's dropped. And they get 1 run there. That was a very, very disappointing catch there. He did everything he needed to, got into position, but failed to execute the final part. It seemed that the ball. Petrosino into bowl, and short. Oh, they're going to go for a quick single. Oh! It was a bit disappointing because he got into position, all the hard work was done, but then he just did not get his hands into position, and it seemed to have hit his wrist and went down to ground rather than his fingers. Okay, Petrosino into bowl, and it's a big hit down to the region in the slog area, in the Cow's Corner area. And they just get the 2 there. So suddenly, it took them it took them 2 overs, 1 from each end, to get a sense of the match situation, and they've decided now it's time to go for it, start slogging around. So this batsman has already shown his intention, going to quick singles and playing wild shots, and the question is who's going to win this battle over the next, say, 5 overs? I couldn't imagine them batting for any longer than that. Petrosino into bowl, and it's a hit, and it's straight to mid-on for a dot ball. So a good over there for Riverside, 5 runs off it. It's 165 for 4. Okay, so we're coming into the 54th over now. And there's a serious discussion now about trying to figure out the exact right field. How long are they planning on batting Riverside? It's an open-ended question. Okay, here's Pierce. Oh! It was short of a length. It didn't seem to move that much, but maybe it was just the angle of Pierce's unusual bowling action that the ball came in at the batsman more than he expected. So we tried to play the late cut because there's a big gap at 3rd man, but in the end he just didn't have the room for it, and he wasn't able to play the shot properly. Pierce into bowl, and it's defended, and it's going for a quick single, and they're going to make it. So this is going to be a very exciting little period as Riverside are trying to score quick runs, including quick singles and some aggressive shots. And so stay tuned, everybody. We might see some very exciting stuff, maybe some wickets, maybe some boundaries over the course of this next little period, as Riverside try to get into a position where they can declare and go for a victory today. Pierce into bowl. It's aggressively hit, and the fielder at long off chases it down just for 1 run. So here we go. This is going to show a lot about the Diamond Creek captain, his mentality, his attitude, his temperament. How is he going to approach this very crucial little period? Pierce into bowl. It's late cut, but in the end the fielder at point is able to run around, and they can't get a run from it. Okay, so for this batsman there is slip, point, cover, short cover, straight mid off, straight mid on, a very squarish mid wicket, and then square leg. So no one at fine leg, no one at 3rd man. Pierce into bowl. and it's late cut. Oh wait, he goes through the cover point region, and so they're going to have to chase it down to the point boundary, the cover point boundary, and good teamwork again, and they get 2 more there. And so, like I said in the morning show, you're not going to expect like a 7 or 8 runs and over. You're not going to see lots and lots of boundaries. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be 4, 5, 6 runs and over through 1s and 2s, because the ground is too slow for anything else. Pierce into bowl, and it's short of a length. Tried to play a drop it shot onto the leg side, but couldn't make it. So it is 169 4-4. Petrosino to continue to bowl, and it's aggressively hit, and it beats through the cover region, and the fielder at cover has to chase it down, and he picks it up before the boundary, and they get 2 runs there. So let's have a look at the field now. Short cover, point, cover, long off. Petrosino into bowl. It's aggressively hit. It's in the air, and this time it is taken. Thankfully, this one has not been dropped, and a good catch there from the fielder at point. He did it all properly. He got into position right under his eye, and he was able to be very comfortable in how he caught it. So another very good catch, and another good wicket for Diamond Creek. They've now taken 2 this morning, which means the score at the fall of wicket is 171 for 5. And the batsman who came in at number 6 did not spend a long time. He was trying to score quick runs, and he threw his wicket away for the team, and no doubt he did the right thing, even though his figures at the end of the day will not look that impressive. So here we go, another wicket here. Now both Pierce and Petrosino have taken a wicket this morning, or this afternoon, as you might say. Petrosino into bowl, and it's aggressively hits an inside edge, and it goes down to the square leg boundary. The fielder at mid-wicket chases it down, and they get 2 runs there. Wow, this is very exciting cricket. None of this delicate stuff, none of this patience, none of this building up in innings. It is just about trying to score quick runs as soon as possible in order to get into a position for a declaration very soon. Petrosino into bowl, and it's in the air, and the fielder at mid-wicket has to run around. He can't take the catch, and they come back for 2. So this over we've seen 2 wicket, 2 and 2. Okay, fine leg, square leg, mid-wicket, mid-off, mid-on, short cover, cover, point. Petrosino into bowl, and tries to play it onto the leg side for a quick single, but it hits his body for a dot ball. And so now it's just a matter of figuring out what the lower plenty captain's calculations will be. Score is into the 170s. Petrosino into bowl, and it's aggressively hit, and it's in the air, and it's the wall for a 4. Okay, so that's the end of the over. A very successful over for lower plenty. It's 10 off it, so it is 179 for 4. Okay, so this is the 56th over. We've had 5 completed overs today, and then the remainder of another over completed. The score has moved from 151 to 179. So 28 runs. Pierce into bowl, and it's an edge, and it goes down to third man, and the point fielder is able to stop it from even being a single. So So there have been 36 balls now bowled today, with 28 runs scored. Pierce into bowl. And it's aggressively driven, and it beats the fielder at extra cover, and he has to run around, and he throws it in, and they get 2 more. So that gives you a sense of it. 28 runs, and now it's 30 runs. 30 runs from 37 balls, which is a very good run rate. You'd love to score that all the time. But they have lost 2 wickets, but that doesn't matter. It's just about getting quick runs before the declaration. Pierce into bowl. And defended there. It beats the hands of the short cover, but the cover fielder runs around and saves it for a dot ball. So for this new batsman who came in with the fall of a wicket, there's no one on the fence saving a boundary, with 2 attacking fielders. Pierce into bowl. And it's aggressively driven, but straight to short cover for a dot ball. So let's have a look at the field now. Square leg, mid wicket, mid on, mid off, which is quite straight. Then there is a short cover, a extra cover, a shortish point, and then a gully. So gaps at fine leg, third man, extra mid wicket, and then extra cover. Or mid off, more like it. And again, Pierce comes into bowl, and it's defended. The batsman was unable to really, the batsman was in no position to score any runs from that, and just had to defend it. So 3 dot balls in a row. I wonder how much pressure this batsman is feeling. He isn't getting into position where he can actually score from these balls from Pierce. So what is he going to do for the last ball of the over? Pierce into bowl. And it's a attempted pull shot, and it's a top edge, and the fielder at the keeper has to run it back and save it just before the camera, and they get 2 more. So 4 runs off it. It's 183 for 5. Okay, so we've had a change of the bowling. Keenan Carr, right arm, medium fast, is coming on to bowl at the childcare centre end. He was very impressive last week, and he's been very impressive every time we've had him here broadcast on Channel 8. So he's got a great potential. He's obviously very talented, but there's obviously still a lot of work to do to make him the best cricketer he can be. Keenan Carr into bowl, and is short of a length and tries to play a dab, but goes straight to point for a dot ball. It's a bit strange. Well, I guess it makes sense to take Petrosino off, because the last over conceded 10 runs, even though it took a wicket. You just can't concede that number of runs when you're trying to defend. Carr into bowl. And down the leg side, tried to play a pull shot but missed it, and collected by the keeper, dot ball. Four runs have been scored from the last 8 balls. Carr into bowl. And oh! Oh, the batsman tried to play a wild shot, stepped down the pitch, tried to swipe the ball using aggressive arms, but in the end, I think got an inside edge, and it hit his thigh. So a third dot ball now from Keenan Carr. Carr into bowl. And it's a pull shot, and the fielder at square leg is able to stop it. Dot ball. So, Carr into bowl. And it's aggressively hit, and it's over the heads of the fielder at mid-wicket, and he has to run around and chase it down, and he chases it down just before the boundary, and they just get the 2. So, Carr into bowl. And it's a bad ball to no ball. And they're going to steal a bye. Some bonus runs there. That's probably one of Keenan Carr's biggest problems, where he just doesn't get his because he moves, his bowling action is very quick. Keenan Carr into bowl, and it's an edge, and it goes down to third man, and the fielder at point has to really run around, and he's not the best runner, and so they're going to come back for 2. So in the end, 6 runs off it. It's 189 for 5. Like I was saying before, Keenan Carr, because he jumps into the crease and tries to very quickly bowl it, moving his arms through his body weight very quickly, means that if as he moves his arms through his bowling action, if he doesn't get the rhythm right, then the ball will spray everywhere, which is a much more of a risk than a more rhythmical bowler, because a more rhythmical bowler has a far less risk. It's a more reliable action. So Keenan Carr's style of bowling can be prone to his body weight and arms not getting into position, because it just happens too quickly and he can't respond in the right time. Pierce into bowl, and it's aggressively hit, and the fielder on the boundary has to run around and pick it up, and they're going to come back for 2. So, point, cover point, short-ish mid-off, straight, deep-ish mid-off, straight-ish, deep-ish mid-on, mid-wicket, square leg, and then another mid-wicket on the fence. Pierce into bowl. And it's a big hit, and it's over the head of the mid-off and the mid-on, and it's 6. What a shot. It was short of a length. He tried to play some sort of pull shot. He seemed to get a bit of a top edge, but then it went way straight in the air. So a terrific shot there. Pierce into bowl. And another aggressive hit, and this time it's going through the extra cover region. The mid-off fielder cannot stop it. It is 4 runs. And now, that has brought up the 200 for Riverside. They are now 201 for 5. So they've scored 50 runs this session so far. Pierce into bowl. And another big hit, and the fielder at mid-wicket cannot stop that. And it's 6 more. Oh dear, oh dear. So 6 more. This might just be the over that that kills it for Diamond Creek. Pierce into bowl. And it's squirted down to point, and they steal a quick single, and it's not a very good throw to return. So those boundaries have absolutely changed this game. Now Riverside have gone from being behind what they wanted to achieve to now being basically in position. So I think they'd be very happy with what they're doing right now. Pierce into bowl, and it attempted to play it down the leg side, but stepped inside of it, and it's a dot ball. So that is the end of the over, and that looks like it is the declaration. So I'm not surprised that it was that the declaration has been called. Okay, so ...19 runs were scored off that last over. which means the score has ended up at 208. 208 for 5 declared. The score was at 189 after 57 overs, but then those 2 sixes and that 4 have meant that the score has boosted up to over 200, and I think that pretty much was what they were aiming for. So in the end, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 completed overs, and then the final 5 balls of the other over. So effectively it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 overs. So nearly 60 runs from 9 overs. That gives you a real sense of just how terrific the batting from Riverside has been so far. And now they are in a position where they could win this game. They've got plenty of time left in the game. They could very well win this game. They're going to be trying to bowl out Diamond Creek to get the points. Alright, it's time to take a break now, and we're going to bring you a photo montage, and when we come back we're going to be seeing the Diamond Creek 2 batting response.
Got 1 minute to have a drink and have a rest. When the next siren goes, it will be start of the 4th quarter. Thank you.